Raja Yoga by Swami Vivekananda. Yoga Aphorisms Concentration Part 2 continued. The root being there, the fruition comes in form of species, life and expression of pleasure and pain. The root, the causes, the sanskaras being there, they only manifest and form the effects. The cause dying down becomes the effect, and the effect becomes more subtle and becomes the cause of the next effect. The tree bears a seed and becomes the cause of the next tree, and so on. All our works now the effects of past samskaras. Again, these samskaras become the cause of future actions, and thus we go on. So, this aphorism says that the cause being there, the fruit must come in the form of species. One will be a man, another an angel, another an animal, another a demon. Then there are different effects in life. One man lives 50 years, another 100, another dies in 2 years and never attains maturity. All these differences in life are regulated by these past actions. One man is born as it were for pleasure. If he buries himself in the forest, pleasure will follow him there. Another one, wherever it goes, pain follows him, everything becomes painful. It is all the result of their own past. According to the philosophy of the yogis, all virtuous actions bring pleasure, and all vicious actions bring pain. Any man who does wicked deeds is sure to reap the fruit of them in the form of pain. They bear fruit as pleasure or pain caused by virtue or vice. To the discriminating, all is as it were painful on account of everything, bringing pain either in the consequences or in apprehension or an attitude caused by impressions, also on account of the counteraction of qualities. The yogi says that the man who has discriminating powers, the man of good sense, sees through all these various things which are called pleasure and pain, and knows that they are always equally distributed, and that one follows the other and melts into the other. He says that men are following an ignis fatuus all their lives and never succeed in fulfilling their desires. There was never a love in this world which did not know decay. The great King Yudhishthira once said that the most wonderful thing in life is that every moment we see people dying around us, and yet we think we shall never die. Surrounded by fools on every side, we think we are the only exceptions, the only learned men. Surrounded by all sorts of experiences of fickleness, we think our love is the only lasting love. How can that be? Even love is selfish, and the yogi says that in the end we shall find that even the love of husbands and wives and children and friends slowly decays. Decadence seizes everything in this life. It is only when everything, even love, fails that with a flash man finds out how vain, how dreamlike is this world. Then he catches a glimpse of vairagya, renunciation, catches a glimpse of the beyond. It is only by giving up this world that the other comes, never through building on to this one. Never yet was there a great soul who had not to reject sense pleasures and enjoyments to become such. The cause of misery is the clash between different forces of nature, one dragging one way and another dragging another, rendering permanent happiness impossible. The misery which is not yet come is to be avoided. Some karma we have worked out already, some we are working out now in the present, and some is waiting to bear fruit in the future. That which we have worked out already is past and gone. That which we are experiencing now we will have to work out, and it is only that which is waiting to bear fruit in the future that we can conquer and control. So all our forces should be directed towards the control of that karma which has not yet borne fruit. That is meant by the previous aphorism when Patanjali says that these various sanskars are to be controlled by counteracting waves. The cause of that which is to be avoided is the junction of the seer and the seen. Who is the seer? The self of man, the Purusha. What is the seen? The whole of nature. Beginning with the mind down to gross matter, all this pleasure and pain arises from the junction between this Purusha and the mind. The Purusha, you must remember, according to this philosophy's view, it is when it is joined to nature and by reflection that it appears to feel either pleasure or pain. Experience is composed of elements and organs of the nature of illumination, action and initiation. It's for the purpose of experience and release of the experience. Experience, that is, nature is composed of elements and organs. The elements gross and fine, which compose the whole of nature, and the organs of the senses, mind, etc., and is of the nature of illumination, action, and inertia. These are what in Sanskrit are called sattva, illumination, rajas, action, and tamas, darkness, which each is for the purpose of experience and release. What is the purpose of the whole of nature? That the Purusha may gain experience. The Purusha has, as it were, forgotten its mighty golden nature. There is a story that the king of the gods Indra once became a pig, wallowing in mire. He had a she pig and a lot of baby pigs and was very happy. Then some other angels saw his plight and came to him and told him, "You are the king of the gods. You have all the gods' command. Why are you here?" But Indra said, "Let me be. I am all right here. I do not care for the heavens. While I have this sow and these little pigs." The poor gods were at their wits' end what to do. After a time, they decided to slowly come and slay one of the little pigs, and then another, until they had slain all the pigs and the sow too. When all were dead, Indra began to weep and mourn. Then the gods ripped his pig body open, and he came out of it, and began to laugh when he realized that a hideous dream he had had. He, the king of gods, to have become a pig, and to think that the pig's life was the only life. Not only so, but to have wanted the whole universe to come into the pig life. The Purusha, when it identifies itself with nature, forgets that it is pure and infinite. The Purusha does not live its life itself. It does not exist, it is existence itself. The soul does not know that the soul lives or knows or loves. The love and existence are not the qualities of the Purusha, but its essence. When they get reflected over something, you may call them the qualities of that something, but they are not the qualities of the Purusha, but they are this essence of this great Atma, this infinite being without birth or death, who is established in his own glory, but appears as if become degenerate. Until if you approach to tell him, "You are not a pig," he begins to squeal and bite. Thus, with us all in his Maya, this dream world, where it is all misery, weeping, and crying, where a few golden balls are rolled and the world scrambles after them. You are never bound by laws. Nature never had a bound for you. That is what the yogi tells you. Have patience to learn it. And the yogis show how, by junction with this nature and identifying itself with the mind in the world, the Purusha thinks it's miserable. Then the yogi goes on to show that the way out is through experience. You have to get all this experience but finish it quickly. We have placed ourselves in this net and we'll have to get out. We have got ourselves caught in this trap and we will have to work out of freedom. So get this experience of husbands and wives and friends and little loves, and you will get through them safely if you never forget what you really are. Never forget this is only a momentary state and that we have to pass through it. Experience is the one great teacher. Experiences of pleasure and pain, but no, they are only experiences and will all lead step by step to that state when all these things will become small and the Purusha will be so great and this whole universe will be as a drop in the ocean and will fall off by its own nothingness. We have to go through these experiences, but let us never forget the ideal.